Good morning, Excellencies, colleagues, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the International Atomic Energy Agency and Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Vienna for the International Symposium on Artificial Intelligence and Nuclear Energy. A warm welcome as well to everyone connected to our live stream today. I am Lisa Berthelot, a Senior Safety Officer here at the IAEA, and I will be guiding you through our program over the next 2 days. To start this landmark event, please join me in welcoming IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi to the stage for his opening remarks.
Good morning, everybody. It's a very important day today. Not only for the agency, the IAEA, I think for the entire nuclear scientific and energy community, because for the first time we are bringing together in a dialogue which is indispensable and timely the AI community and the nuclear scientific community. Dear friends, writers and futurists have long echoed Alvin and Heidi Toffler's idea that the future arrives too fast and sometimes in the wrong order. Today, we know the speed is exponential. Two forces are reshaping humanity's horizon at an unprecedented pace: the rise of artificial intelligence and the global transition towards clean, reliable energy. The world's energy map is being redrawn before our very eyes. The essential point, our opportunity, and our responsibility is that these forces are not unfolding separately. They are converging and redefining the new global economy. We can now say with clarity that the AI revolution, through its scale and its speed, was always going to choose nuclear energy as its partner. The only question was when. Today, we know the answer. It's now. Let me explain why this partnership was inevitable and what it means for every region, every nation, every person. All major technological breakthroughs have been linked to new and specific energy backbones, when we think about it. Steam engines to coal, electrification to hydro and fossil fuels, digitalization to gas and renewables, and now AI to clean, uninterrupted power. AI's demand for energy is intersecting with two other key global forces: the drive for energy security and the drive to meet environmental and climate goals. These three trends reinforce each other, and together they are determining investments, policies, and why not, geopolitics. Artificial intelligence astonishes us, but beneath the elegant algorithms lies a simple truth. AI runs on vast, uninterrupted quantities of electricity. Training a frontier AI model requires tens of thousands of GPUs running continuously for weeks or months. Everyday use is spreading into hospitals, public administration, transport, agriculture, logistics, education. Each query, each simulation, each recommendation consumes power. And not just any power, power that never stops. Customers want AI to be fast and always available. Investors want new and better data products. innovation requires a lot of computing power. Providing what customers and investors want is an existential assignment for any corporation. In technology, the demand and the competition are hyperscale and hyperfast. There is only one energy source that can meet the combined demands of low-carbon generation 24/7, reliability, massive power density, grid stability, and genuine scalability. Of course, it's nuclear energy. This is why I call this not just a partnership, but a structural alliance. Atoms for algorithms. Artificial intelligence is not only powered by nuclear energy, it's also improving it, because this is a two-way street. Let me list, just by way of example, 4 areas. Nuclear power operation, for example. AI supports predictive maintenance, anomaly detection, optimization of thermal performance. In design, it supports accelerated reactor modeling, fuel cycle simulation, material development. In safety, AI supports accident simulation, response analysis, and the development of emergency procedures. And in safeguards, it provides analysis of hours of surveillance footage, satellite imagery, and offers important pattern recognition tools. This is happening right now in IAEA labs and across all our work with member states on all continents. Reassuringly, despite its brilliance, AI still needs a human to make sure it is right and impartial, and to understand the politics behind a safeguards footnote. And it requires humans to make sure it has the energy it needs wherever in the world it operates. As I was saying, AI may live in the cloud, but it runs on electricity. Across the world, data centers consume more than 400 terawatt-hours of electricity each year. As their numbers grow at unprecedented rates of 20 to 30%, their total energy consumption is expected to more than double to nearly 1,000 terawatt-hours per year. That is as much electricity as is needed to power, for example, a G7 economy country. We have a huge opportunity to make sure our digital future runs on clean energy. And this is where, for example, small modular reactors become especially relevant. They work particularly well for data centers because they are designed to be built in segmental units, making phased deployment possible. As an AI cluster expands, so it can its nuclear power source. Evident. The smaller footprint of SMRs and their enhanced safety systems mean they can operate close to industrial zones, including data center campuses. With SMRs, tech companies can avoid dependence on constrained regional electricity grids and reduce transmission losses. This becomes decisive in places where grid upgrades are slow and interconnection queues already stretch far into the future. SMR need to get from the development stage to the international market fast and safely. And here, as you know, at the IAEA, we are actively working on that. The IAEA's Nuclear Harmonization and Standardization Initiative has been working with regulators and with industry to get it done. Around the world, more than 30 newcomer countries are looking to introduce nuclear energy, including SMRs, of course. The IAEA works with them. Many of these same countries are also exploring how AI can support their development and economic modernization. The two go hand in hand. The IAEA helps countries map out their energy future using proving planning tools, and decades of experience. In my travels, leaders everywhere talk about their long-term strategies for energy and economic growth. And again, nuclear energy and AI are raised in the same sentence. Today, AI-driven data centers are concentrated in a limited number of hubs. But that map is changing. A rapid global response to the surge in AI and cloud computing could see as much as $7 trillion spent on data centers around the world by 2030. New digital corridors will emerge, including in Asia, Latin America, and Africa. All of them will require reliable energy sources, and all of them will require local knowledge, trusted partners, and long-term cooperation focused on technology and economic growth. When we look at the global economy, we can see the spread of this. The United States has more nuclear power plants than any other country and is working actively to triple capacity. It holds a leadership position in the development of artificial intelligence, hosting nearly 45% of the world's data centers and more than half of all hyperscale facilities. In Canada, rising investment in data centers is happening alongside the major refurbishment of existing nuclear power plants. Europe has some of the world's densest digital corridors, with hubs in Frankfurt, Amsterdam, and London. In Germany, Frankfurt hosts one of the largest internet exchange points by peak traffic. Italy's hubs of Milan and Turin are poised to grow. Nuclear energy already now still provides about half of EU's low-carbon power. Existing leaders like France and the UK are doubling down on nuclear, and newcomers like Poland are making fast progress in joining the club. Russia has a skilled research base in mathematics and computer science working on AI, and in nuclear energy, it remains the world's largest exporter, as well as a leading operator and developer of advanced reactor technologies. China has a bet on AI and on nuclear energy with remarkable success. Its rapid advances in AI development and the construction of AI-focused data centers are happening as more nuclear reactors are being built in China than anywhere else. As Japan turns once again to nuclear energy, it's investing heavily also in building and upgrading data centers to meet rising demand. In the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates is one of the most recent countries to build a successful nuclear energy program and is a leading regional AI hub. Saudi Arabia is considering introducing nuclear and is also investing heavily on AI. Israel is among technology leaders with a strong entrepreneurial ecosystem, including an applied AI. In Asia, we see the same. Singapore is a hub of connectivity, while South Korea is advanced in AI and nuclear energy. Elsewhere in Asia, there is enormous potential in countries like India. Also in Indonesia, Pakistan, Vietnam, and the Philippines, where I was last week, represent some of the fastest growing markets for data center investment. Booming internet adoption and rapid digitalization are pushing infrastructure to keep pace. If these countries align digital growth with firm, clean power, including SMRs, they will build some of the world's most sustainable AI corridors. In Latin America, countries like Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Colombia are emerging as important markets for AI and cloud services. This is driven by expanding digital economies and rising demand for data center infrastructure. Argentina has the opportunity to scale digital capabilities alongside its well-established nuclear energy program and its development of SMRs. As a whole, the region provides the chance to build a more sustainable and resilient digital ecosystem with clean, reliable power as a stabilizing as a stabilizing foundation. Africa stands poised for a digital leap. Its internet adoption is growing several times faster than the global average, but the continent still hosts less than 1% of global data center capacity. So you can see the potential of growth is huge. Kenya, Nigeria, Egypt, and South Africa are emerging already now as digital hubs. South Africa alone provides more than half of Africa's data center capacity. But governments across the continent are determined to expand reliable electricity to more than 600 million people without access so far. A growing number of countries, including Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Zambia, are exploring and working with us on conventional and modular nuclear power. By harnessing clean, dependable energy, Africa has the opportunity to build a resilient, scalable, digital ecosystem that can support its rapidly expanding economics and populations. Across these regions, the IAEA steadfastly supports the growth of economies. We help countries examine their readiness to introduce nuclear power. Our review missions cover everything from legal and regulatory requirements to the state of the power grid and, of course, the human resources. As nuclear energy and AI converge, we are facilitating this safe integration of AI into nuclear operations. Digital resilience, regulatory capacity, and a common scientific base are key. Equally, we are accelerating nuclear energy deployment. The IAEA has deep experience across the full spectrum of technologies, from large reactors and SMRs to AI applications. So we see the IAEA as the natural bridge to helping AI grow with the safe companion of nuclear energy. We are at the center of the global nuclear safety standard system and support countries in building nuclear energy programs through our milestones approach. We help nations benefit from nuclear energy for electricity, for desalination, for medical research, and for radiotherapy care, to name a few examples. This requires close collaboration with governments, regulators, academia, industry, and local communities. More and more, we are poised to help nations benefit from nuclear energy for AI. We have created pioneering partnerships with the World Bank, the Asian Development Bank, just a few days ago, and are in the process of doing the same with other development banks. Together, we help countries meet their ambitions. Ensuring success requires not only financing, but the policies, the expertise, and safeguards that make those investments sound, sustainable, and of course, above all, trustworthy. As the Spanish poet Antonio Machado said, we make the path by walking, and the agency walks with every nation. Over the coming 2 days, you will have the chance to walk together and to discuss how to make this alliance atoms for algorithms happen. It is why we have assembled this outstanding group of representatives from every corner of the fields of AI, nuclear energy, and beyond. The interest in being part of this gathering here in person and online is immense. Just before coming, I got the figures, representatives of 252 different organizations, 23 nuclear operators, 13 state corporations, 13 AI and tech companies, 25 nuclear suppliers, 11 SMRs and advanced reactor developers, national labs, research institutions, almost 30 universities, 29 regulators, and I can continue like this. It is really amazing, and this is only the beginning. I encourage you to talk to each other openly, Continue the dialogue when you return home. Collaborate across borders and disciplines, and come back to report on how you have transformed ideas into real progress. Through the ideas and expertise you share this week, the IAEA will develop a framework and concrete action plans together with experts from both the AI and nuclear fields. Our goal is to deliver tangible and coordinated outcomes to do two things. First, advance clean energy solutions for AI and data centers, and second, improve performance and accelerate the deployment of nuclear energy technologies. We will make it happen by using the many avenues we've already built, delivering the IAEA's Atoms for Peace and Development mission, and by establishing partnerships with all of you, with our member states and with other key stakeholders. I would like to thank the United States, Japan, and other contributors who have supported this symposium. This requires some funding, and I'm very grateful for them. And in closing, I promise you, the IAEA will stay ahead of the curve. We will support you and create opportunities and remain impartial, technical, innovating, and serving the international community. So let's work together for a future where AI expands human creativity, data centers run on clean, reliable power, nuclear anchors a sustainable digital age, and every region benefits. There is this phrase, some people attribute it to different authors, but it's more or less known everywhere. Prediction is very difficult, especially about the future. Then let's not predict the future, let's build it. And if we succeed one day, in whatever language AI invents, it will say something like this: they understood the challenge, they did what was needed. Thank you very much.